These young South Koreans are over the moon. North Korean leader Kim Jong Un is planning a trip to Seoul. And to show their enthusiasm, they're installing a public photo exhibition on the streets of the capital to welcome Kim to the South. But what they're doing here is actually illegal under South Korea's national security law.
All the South Korean officials who recently visited Pyongyang are now praising Chairman Kim Jong Un. In this current situation, I think the law is meaningless.
It's a sight that would be unthinkable just a few years ago. Reuters Seoul bureau chief So-young Kim explains.
South Korea forcibly charged more than 1,300 South Korean people for violating the national security law for decades dating back to the 1960s. In one extreme example, in 1974, nearly 250 people were accused of plotting to overthrow the South Korean government under North Korea's order. Many of them were sentenced to death without getting proper chances to defend themselves, and their executions took place right after trials.
Rights groups call it a relic of the Cold War that should be repealed. And although President Moon Jae-in hasn't gone that far, he has eased up on enforcing it as his government works to improve relations with the North and halt its nuclear weapons program. But for some South Koreans, it's not a welcome move, especially defectors who grew up under the Kim regime.
North Korea hasn't changed at all. It's not willing to shut down its nuclear program, and it hasn't stopped spying. We need the national security law to protect ourselves.
A recent survey showed more than half of South Koreans agree and want to keep the law, while a third want it scrapped or replaced. The view from North Korea is even more clear. State media this week urging the so-called fascist law be repealed, saying now that relations between the Koreas are warming, there's no reason for it to exist.